Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make peanut butter sandwich cookies. So let's get started. Put in our shortening first. And so you're going to use 1 cup of stick butter, whatever kind of stick butter you like to use. Get those in there. And then we're going to use 1 cup of peanut butter. Get all our peanut butter in here. Or as much as we can. Get as much of our peanut butter in here as we can. Okay. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our sugars in. So we have 1 cup of just regular granulated sugar. And then okay, 1 cup of granulated sugar. And then we're going to have 1 cup of our brown sugar. And if you remember from one of my other videos, I like to use a 1/2 cup because it's just easier to use with my containers. So I always know I have to double everything. So there's 1 cup. And then we're going to blend this together and get it nice and creamy. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our vanilla and our eggs. And this recipe takes 3 eggs, which is pretty enormous. So let's crack some eggs. We got 3 eggs that are going in here. Get this out of the way a little bit here. Okay. And then I like using vanilla bean paste. And basically all you have to do is just look on the side of the bottle and it will give you the equivalence of what the differences are between vanilla bean paste and vanilla extract, or using an actual whole vanilla bean. So the recipe asks for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that means we use 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Okay. The next step is we need to add 3 cups of flour to a separate bowl. Okay. And now we need to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay. 1 and 2. And then it asks for 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And since I don't really like adding salt to my recipes, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit in. Okay. And then we just need to stir that up, and then we're going to add that to our wet mixture. All right, so the last step I always like to do is to wipe down the sides really good. Get all of this mixture off of my beater. And just wipe the sides down really well so that you know everything has gotten mixed in really well. And then I'm going to put this in the fridge for a few minutes just so that it can kind of firm up a little bit. So the next part of this recipe is you need to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And what we need to do is take our cookie dough and make about 1-inch balls. And again, we've talked about this in prior videos, but I'll tell you, depending on how big you make your cookies, will depend on how many calories and how many quantity of cookies you end up with. All right, so the first thing we want to do is just get them on our cookie sheet, about 1-inch balls, and they're supposed to be about 2 inches apart. Okay. And then what you want to do from here is take a wet fork, just have a little bowl of water beside you and a wet fork, and then squish them down. And the fork being wet makes it where it doesn't stick to the cookie dough. See, I need to wet it again because it's starting to stick. Cook them at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 7 or 8 minutes and see how they turn out. We're going to let them cool, and then we'll come back and make the filling. So as you can see, we have our wonderful peanut butter cookies are all finished. We have a gajillion of them. So now we need to make the sandwich part of the peanut butter sandwich cookie. So we're going to put a 1/2 cup of peanut butter into our mixing bowl. And we don't want to miss out on any bit of this peanut butter. Okay. And then the next thing we want to do is get 3 cups of confectionery sugar. Okay. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And again, I have been enjoying using vanilla bean paste right now. So it is the equivalent. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right, let's double check. Yes. So 1 teaspoon. Okay. Get that all in there. All right, and the last thing it says is we need 5 or 6 tablespoons of milk. Now I'm going to put half the amount of milk in first that we need, so that it doesn't come out too runny. That looks nice and creamy. We'll be able to spread that very nicely. All right, so we have our wonderful sandwich cookie filling. So all you're gonna do is take a cookie, put some of your beautiful sandwich cookie icing mix that you've created. You can make it as thick as you want to or as thin as you want to. But just kind of get it on there. And then try and pick another cookie that's about the same size. Put it on there, and there you go. There is your peanut butter sandwich cookies. Now I would recommend kind of letting these rest for a little while so that the icing sandwich mix can kind of harden up a little bit and make them really yummy. And then you have your peanut butter sandwich cookie. So hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on another bake. Thanks a lot. So the next part of this recipe is you need to preheat your oven to 360,